Okay, I think everyone is here now, and it's great to have you back. So I would like to welcome a Czech student and a Taiwanese student from each group to share what they learned from the discussion. And first, welcome Group One's representative to share your thoughts and learning about the discussion.
Um, hi. I'm Alvin from Group One, and in the group meeting time, we exchange about um our school and our city and like foods of our country. Um, so and in Okay. And so in the first time we exchange about some some sites about Prague, and next we talk about some foods. Um. So so okay. So there's a lot of different types foods in Czech. First we have some soup. That's they said it is usually broth, and they like the Czech people like eat soup before meals, and they also have some like sauces with meat and dumplings, and they have some like desserts or some pastry. Um, yeah, I can pronounce that. I can pronounce that, but it's like some cookies or like that. And like in the drinks like they have some drink like cola, and it it names as a cola. Yeah. They also have beers, and they said that like they have the most beers in the Europe. Yeah, that's actually cool, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Hi, my name is Bella. I'm from the Czech Republic, and we learned about some things about your school and then about food and drinks. Uh, I think we noticed some differences. For example, they told us that in Czech, usually soup is served before our lunch or our food, and they said in Taiwan there is soup served after the meal, and that the main meal is usually dinner. They also have soup dumplings, which they are different from our dumplings. They are filled with meat and some vegetables, and they are usually steamed. Then for the soup, they have milk fish soup, which is really famous, and something sweet is Taiwanese shaved ice. It's really good. And for the drink, bubble tea or some other variations of this drink. And yeah, I think that's all we learned, and we learned so much about the differences. It was cool.
Sounds really good. And 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 I'm in cooking club, so I'm very excited about the food and drinks. And next, let's welcome Group Two to share some words.
Yeah, I guess I'll share first. I'm the students from Jianguo High School in Group 2. And so, yeah, first of all, thank you for the wonderful presentation you guys showed. And we know about like the school life or some unique attractions in the city. and more the convenient, like the transportation. You guys told about the trams, the metro lines, the trains, and even with some trains we should not take in the Prague city. And you guys showed us your classes, like a British special English class, and so yeah, for all of those, I think that these knowledge will be like it'll be a great help to us in the future when we visit the Czech Republic, and we're very looking forward to meet you guys like 3 weeks later. So thank you guys again. It was a wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Right. Just a minute. So we also learned about general school life in Taiwan, and then we discussed the public transport. We were quite interested to see that you have a much larger and much more dense of a metro network than we do. So it's actually like the main way of transporting around the city, uh, compared to our trams, which we use on a daily basis. And we also found out that you have a similar system compared to Prague, where you have a bike sharing service where you can rent bikes and go wherever you want. And, yeah. We also found out that the train network in the rest of Taiwan is also very, very good, and by high-speed rail, you can cross the whole island in like 1.5 hours, which is a lot better, I think, than in Czechia. The trains are a lot slower, and they frankly often don't run on time. So, and also, thank you for your presentation.
Yeah.
Also, we were glad to learn about your country and city.
Thank you a lot.
Thanks for your sharing. I think the knowledge is really useful. And next, let's welcome Group 3 to share what they learned.
Hello there, I'm Ian from Zhenguo High School. In the today discussion, we've talked about the topic of our clothes and uniform in our country. And first of all, I was surprised that in Czech schools, you can have the casual clothes to school, which is really surprise to us because we are only allowed to wear school uniform in the elementary school and junior high school. And I was really hope to have that in when I was in junior high school. And yeah, but luckily we are in a jingle high school now, so we can have casuals closer to school. And then we've talked about our traditional clothes, and they showed us colorful costumes called Lidolfe Kroye. I hope I pronounced it right, and which is I think is kind of beautiful. And when we go to Zach, maybe we can have a chance to like try to wear it on. And at the last of the speaking, I'm feeling really pleasant to have this good discussion with all of you, and thank you for all.
Hi. Hello. And yeah, we learned something about clothing and uniform in Taiwan. And yeah, indigenous people in Taiwan wear very beautiful traditional clothes. Yeah, for example, the woman there, that's like her wedding clothes. Yeah, and they wear lots of headbands, and yeah, also feather and the clothes are made from feathers and leathers. Yeah, I don't know. And blue dye is also typical, and the hats, because in Taiwan there's a lot of sun, and yeah,
it's really hot. And also about uniforms. Now, as I understood that you don't have uniforms now, but you had, and they said that it was a color of desert. And it was because it was some sort of camouflage because of war reasons. And that's what we had.
So thank you.
Also thank you for the meeting. It was really fun, and it was really nice to meet you. Well,
I think the closest from both countries is really special. And next, let's welcome Group 4.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Ray from Group 4, and I'm going to talk what I learned from the weather in Czech. Um, First of all, I heard that there is no geographically difference from the north and south. Only there's height difference because of the high mountains in Czech Republic, and there's no much water in Czech. It doesn't rain a lot, but there's only 1/4. There's only 1/4 of the rain in Taiwan, and when the time in autumn, the temperature is 15 to 20 degrees, and it's a best time for there to do a traditional like activities, picking mushrooms, and because of the warm and cold weather, there's a lot of fog in the mid there. That's all I learned for the weather in Czech. Thank you.
Okay, so one slide before, please. Yes, thank you. So now it's time for us to tell you about the weather in Taiwan and what we learned. So compared to Czech weather or climate, would be a better term. It is very rainy, 4 times as rainy as in Czech Republic, and also the weather changes during the day very quickly. So you can have 1 minute very intense storm, and out of nowhere it can get very sunny. So the first season of the year is plum rain season. They name it because they collect plums during that time. It's March to May, and it basically non-stop rains.
So next is typhoon season is from August to October, and the typhoons can do damages in the cities and villages. Summer season they have average 30 to 35 degrees and short but powerful thunderstorms, and it's very humid as well. In winter, in Taiwan, there are very little snow. It doesn't snow as much as in Czech Republic, and then you don't have degrees above zero. No, it's mostly above zero and never less. And seasons are not as different to each other compared to Czech Republic. So
However, they have geographical differences, so the climate is a bit different in the north and in the south. That's it. Thank you.
We were happy to compare weather with you and to talk with you. And I'm looking forward to our visit in Taiwan.
So am I.
Thanks for your sharing. And next, let's welcome Group 5.
Okay, hi guys. Dobrý den. I hope I pronounced it right. Dobrý den. Okay, let's move on. So my name is Luke, and I'm a student from Jianguo High School from Taiwan. And I was in the same group as Eliška, the two Eliškas who have the same name. And before we talk about our discussion about the daily routine in Czech, I would like to talk about what we learned during the introductions of our school and country. Okay, so first of all, the biggest thing I learned today was how to pronounce the S in Czech. So whenever there's a symbol above the small s, you pronounce it esh. So it's like Eliška. And I always thought it's called Skoda, the car brand, but it's actually Skoda, I guess. Okay, I think I got it right by looking at Adela's facial expressions. Got it. Okay, and then we started to talk about our daily routine. Okay, so Elishka and Elishka, they wake up at 6, and they said that it usually takes like 20 minutes to commute since the school, Malostranske, is in the center of the city, Prague. Yeah, so it takes like 20 minutes to get to the school, and the school starts at 8. Okay, and something really shocking was that they have 9 classes each day, and during those classes, they have like 10 minutes break, I guess, and the classes always take place for about 45 minutes. And another big culture shock was that they have no midterm exam. So in Taiwan, our midterm is actually focused on or concentrated on 3 days, like at the end of the semester. But in Czech, they don't have it. So they have tests during the whole spread through the whole semester. So I'm jealous of you guys. Okay, and then they also have, another cultural shock is, so in Taiwan, we have cram school. It's like after school, we have to go to another school. And they don't have it. They just get to leave school and then play volleyball and hockey and riding horses or reading books. And something I'm really looking up to Czech students are that they study on their own. They don't need after school like us. Okay, and the last thing is that volleyball is really famous in Czech. Oh, sorry, a last thing. So Eliška and Eliška also taught us how to avoid tourist traps in Czech, in Prague. So I guess like we are not supposed to exchange money on the street, or not to buy souvenirs and stuff because it's overpriced. I guess it's always double the price of it actually should be. So yeah, that was my presentation. Thank you, guys.
Right. Well, the two Elishkas, we are paired with Luke and Ian, and maybe if you could just, the screen share is still on, and I think I'll just use that. Now, as Luke has already somewhat pointed out, the beginning of our day is quite similar. I mean, they wake up a bit later. They said they wake up at around 7 a.m., but their school starts only 10 minutes after ours, making it similar. They said they commute for about 20 to 60 minutes, depending on where they live, obviously. And they showed us a map. It was very interesting. Their lessons take up also similar amounts of time. They have lessons that take 50 minutes and then 10-minute breaks, during which they usually play basketball or stuff like that. Something that was really interesting to me was that they don't go from class to class. Usually the teachers come to them, which, I don't know, it seems a bit more comfy for everyone, not to overwhelm everyone by making them join the large crowds during breaks. But I don't know, whatever works for each school, right? Then afterwards they said that the way they take their lunch is unusual in Taiwan. They said they have an hour to go have their lunch outside of the school, which, I think that's very similar to our way of having lunch as well, since our canteen is outside of the school. We've agreed that we end school at around the same time, around 4 p.m. But yeah, as Luke has already said, they have cram school, which he said can end at like as late as 11 p.m., which seems very drastic. But he said it can be very helpful because sometimes their teachers cover only the basics, and then some of the questions in the midterms can be very detailed and very in depth, and so it can be very useful to attend cram school. Yes, as he has said, and as he has showed us on the schedule for the days that they have all those exams, they take all of them at the same time, which is very different from the way we do it, obviously. I mean, we have tests all the time, but we usually have really short tests in comparison to theirs that focus only on a specific lesson, specific themes. Theirs are longer, usually what he said, I think an hour and 10 minutes, yes. And it covers basically all of the half the term, yeah, midterms. And something that surprised us both was that he said they also have a test focused on sports, but instead of playing those sports, they're tested on how well they know the rules of each sport, which it seems a little strange, but yes, it surprised us. Then, well, obviously with cram school and everything, it appears that they don't have much time for other activities, but they do have clubs. He said they both said that they're very famous for their school's rugby club, and also that they attend loads of Olympiads and such. So, and also that they're part, as well as all of you, of this school ambassadors club that takes you abroad. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know how you do it with all those activities and the cram school and everything, but what we've learned is that apparently you have better time management. I'm so sorry, time management skills or something like that, or maybe it's magic. And yeah, I think that was everything. And we enjoyed talking with both of you very much, and we look forward to meeting you in person.
Knowing the daily routine let us know more about each other quickly, and then that we welcome Group 6.
Okay, so upon seeing this, I'm a little bit surprised because it's kind of similar to what normal students do in Taiwan. But there's two ones that are different. One is going to a vacation house because Taiwan is such a small island. We don't really have vacation houses, but I think it's a very good way to get close to nature, which I I quite like. So I'm kind of jealous for you guys. Yeah, and also races for well, like sports like swimming or running. It's kind of fun too, but I think that's not what most people do here. But I think it's a very good way to to exercise because most people here sit too much. So yes, I'm quite jealous about that too. And then sleeping is the similar part because I think a lot of students just get so tired that they sleep till noon. And then the one that's like exactly the same is like the dying part. Literally, like people here in Taiwan study too much. So studying is a very good term for this. Yeah. And also going out with friends. People here, like people all around the world go without their friends. So it's pretty interesting to learn about this. And yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting you guys in real life.
Okay, hi. We're here to present you weekend activities in Taiwan. We learned about that Taiwanese girls go to photo booths and take pictures, and it is like a usual activity for them, which is strange because we actually don't have many photo booths in Czech Republic or like in Prague and
Basically
general.
none, then we heard a lot about crime school, which you guys call jail, as I would also. That sounds horrifying, honestly. So that's basically what we don't do. We study at home usually.
As was mentioned before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they do board game store. They go there and play games, which is like obvious, but never mind. And we learned that it costs like 2 and something euros, so that's a good price, we would say.
That sounds fun, but we don't really have, and we would like to listen one.
Yeah.
Then we heard about karaoke, which
sounds
fun. Yeah, honestly, yeah.
We have some karaoke bars here, but I don't think it's that common to go there, actually. Yeah.
And then we have Taiwanese poker. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but we basically learned that it's similar to the normal poker, and we would like to learn the rules. I don't know how to play it. So thank you guys. Maybe we're looking forward to meeting you soon. It was fun to meet you.
It was fun meeting you. Yeah. Thank you.
I also agree that crime schools are jails. And next, let's welcome Group 7.
Hello, I'm in the housing and living categories. I'm quite impressed in that the Czech or say the Prague have a like kind of similar situation with us because in Prague the younger people also tend to move out just as Taipei. A lot of people want to move out because the price in Taipei or at the Prague is higher and higher. Yeah, and also their rental price. I think it's kind of like in our Taipei also. And the school life, I'm quite impressed in that they have a similar, and also their rotary and their daily life in the school is kind of like us. So I used to think that Czech is more like a really long distance and we don't have a common. But now I think that in housing and living perspective, we have a much more similar than I expect. Thank you.
So first of all, during the introduction, Chris and Barry showed us a few presentations on introduction and on housing, which we are very grateful to see, which we are very impressed by. We are also impressed by the size of the school they visit because it's, I think, much bigger than ours.
It's really huge and astonishing.
Also, the number of students they accommodate, and for the housing situation, as Barry said, it's the problems are quite similar in Taiwan as in Prague or Czech Republic. That the prices are very high, and there is
and they are still growing bigger and higher. So.
And there is a shortage of flats and houses, especially in the capital cities. So that surprised us that the problems and the situation are similar. They both Barry and Chris, they commute to school, I think about 20 minutes.
Yes, yeah, by bus.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and we discovered that for the students' accommodation, the system is quite similar. For example, for the boarding schools, it's only the minority. Barry told us that he knows just
one student from
his class who actually doesn't live with his parents. So I think it's pretty similar to us here in Prague, because I, for example, know nobody who
no one in our class
who doesn't live with his family.
Mm-hmm. And also, Barry said that the Taiwanese people put a lot of emphasis on respect for elderly people, and it's normal to have multi-generational houses. For example, that they live in 3 generations, which I don't think is that common in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, and so I think we are really glad that we had the chance to discuss all those topics with you, and then that you showed us your situation, with housing and your school, and I think it was really
helpful, and mainly we are very happy that we got the chance to meet you and talk to you for a while. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your sharing. Let's move on. Group 8.
Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Willie. And we learned a lot about how school, and I find that school life in like the Czech Republic is quite different from than in Taiwan. So first of all, the first thing that completely just shocked me is that how much emphasis they have on outdoor activities and like mostly like get to touch nature, you get to go outside and also like sports and all that. And for example, they even have skiing courses or snowboarding courses during winter, and that is beyond my imagination. As many of you might know, we don't have that much snow in Taiwan, or should I say, we rarely or even have no snow at all here in Taiwan. And also, Czech being in the central of Europe is very convenient. They get to travel to many different countries to learn their second language, for example, German, French, Spanish, etc. They get to go to different countries like Germany, France, Spain, etc. to learn the language in person, and that's very, very interesting. And they also have like a lot of outdoor courses, like I mentioned. Cycling is one that I remember the most. Yeah, it just shocks me about, and their education system being allowing them to transfer schools, and each school having a different kind of year. From what I heard, it was that out of the 13 years, you have like many different kinds of combinations of how many schools and how you want to do it. It could be an 8+5, or it could be like a 9+4 kind of style, or even like a 5-4-4 kind of style. And it's like very interesting because in Taiwan we don't actually have that kind of system. It's just like a 6 years of primary school, 3 years of middle school, 3 years of high school kind of thing. So I think it's very different and very interesting to learn it from students in the Czech Republic of how different their school schedule and school events and school life in general is like compared to us. Yeah, thank you.
Now I would like to talk about what we found out. Many of the activities that they have are influenced by the clubs they join. Since they have 70+ clubs, they get to use different sorts of activities. They travel to different places so that they can organize the meetings. Then from what we found out, the ambassador team that you can join after after meeting some specific requirements, you get to do cultural exchanges like this one, for example. What we found very interesting is that past graduates join events. For example, the mayor came to one of their school events. You can see him in the picture. And I also find it interesting that similar to how we have Malgin Fest, they have something called the music party, and they get to invite famous musicians or singers to attend the event. And that is all. I would like to thank for the opportunity to talk with Jason and Willie. It was very interesting to see not just the differences in the school events, but also in daily life or the school system.
Thanks for your sharing, and and now I want to thank all the participants for your great presentations. Uh, all of you did a good job, and I believe everyone has gained a lot from your sharing. And it is almost the end to today's event. After the discussion you've had in the group meeting, this, and and now and now, does anyone want to share their feelings about today's meeting? Okay, sure. Wait a second.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a little bit problem with my microphone, so I'm in another partners here. And okay, so like I'm Chris from Jingle High School, and I'm quite surprised that there are a lot of things that are the same in Taiwan and Czech Republic, like the rental price, and people want to move out to the capital city, and also like it's also something quite different, like the food we eat, the school events, and I think all of them are so very interesting, and I'm very glad that we have the online meeting today, and it's a great experience, and I hope to see you guys in Czech Republic.
So does any students from Czech want to share their feeling? Any volunteer? All right, fine. We just go to the next part. So thank you very much for everyone's participating in our meetings. And let's again welcome teachers from both sides to give us some words. So first, let's welcome Miss Deng Shuhua from Jingguo High School.
Hello everyone, it's Sue again. While you were in your group discussion, I also had a quick chat with Miss Linka and was surprised to hear that people in Czech Republic also do dragon boat rowing, just like we do the Dragon Boat Festival. I also talked with Miss Linka about the differences and the similarity in teachers' workload between our two countries. From your group discussion, it shows that even though our country have cultural differences, we also share many similarities. That's why our teachers set up the online meeting, and I also hope today's exchange will be really helpful for our upcoming self-guide trip. And by the way, I heard from my students in Taiwan that many of you in Prague have already been connecting through social media with my students. I hope this interaction won't just stay online, but can continue in daily life, so you can become real friends. So glad to have you all today, and hope you all have a happy morning and afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Deng. And next, I would like to welcome Ms. Lenka from Malostranske School.
Yeah.
There is not much to add. I would like to thank you everyone for your active participation, and I'm very happy that you managed to solve all technical problems and issues, and you have managed to communicate online for the first time in this efficient way. And you are talking about lots of similarities, but somebody has mentioned something like culture shock or something which was beyond your imagination. So I think it was very meaningful to have this meeting and to, at least definitely for me and also for the students, so we can have some kind of image what is going to happen or to expect in your country and also in the Czech Republic. So thanks a lot, and we are excited to meet you pretty soon at the end of September in the Czech Republic.
Thank you, Ms. Lenka, and thank you to both teachers for your suggestions.
Just before the event ends, I would like to invite everyone to turn on your cameras and take a photo together to remember this moment.
Okay, is everyone ready? Okay, I'll take the first one. I'll count to three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and how about the second one? We both have a heart shape. Oh, we can have different kind of heart shape, right? Okay, I'll count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much for your participation today, and hope everyone enjoyed the meeting today. And I'm so excited that we'll meet each other in 3 weeks. So see you. Bye. You can turn on your microphone to say goodbye to each other.
Bye-bye. See you guys.
Oh.